So during this shift, पहले जो time duration था to just starting from coming in the job and onboarding of a candidate, as compared to earlier, how is it now? Because I have seen during the COVID, जो जितने भी developers थे, they were kind of hoarding the offer letters, declining all, just joining one. So this increase a lot of effort. How are you dealing with this challenge, and how is this challenge right now? Is it better or worse?
So I think this is all demand supply game, right? So at that moment when demand was more, supply was less, people have more offers in hand. They will choose where they'll go, right? Good developers would always be scarce, right? Scarce in quantity, right? So this will always happen to you, right? Uh, Here, the recruitment skills come in picture, right? How you convince that person to join your company or your client's company, right? That is the game, and that is where recruitment companies come into picture, right? This would always be the game. If demand and supply is a match, then there is no point of a recruitment company, right? So that is where Supersourcing or any other companies like us, they exist because they know how to hire right people for the companies, right? We understood this. We also educate client in similar ways that how you should retain the resources. It's not just hiring, it's also retention of those.
Post COVID, there was one thing that emerged that we didn't knew earlier is moonlighting. पहले COVID हुआ, फिर डिमांड बढ़ी तो लोगों ने hiring start की, and then came the misuse of it as moonlighting.
Correct.
How does this impacted the entire hiring for you as well as in the industry?
See, if there's a practice that prevails throughout the industry, so you cannot say it's a good or a bad thing, right? It has both user case scenario. There are some people who are suffering from it. There are some people who are getting benefit from it, right? Again, ethically it's wrong, legally it's wrong. The point is there are certain people who are making living out of it. There are certain people who feel business is not, if I'm doing my job, then whatever I do in my spare hours should not, my company should not be bothered about it, right? But that this other job would take your energy, and that energy you will not be able to put in your daytime job, right?
Obviously.
So that is how the employer thinks, right? And again, the gray area is you work both jobs in same time, right? So that is the gray area, right? So again, if you have a 4-hour work, you're working 4-hour difference, so it's not right or wrong. But again, the whole industry was misutilizing this. Now everybody understood this is not the way to go. I think bigger companies, smaller companies, they are calling people to the office for similar reasons because they understood this is not for long term. Yes, this is not a long term future. This is for a short term when demand supply was not similar. So they did this, but now everybody wants full time employees, proper, even contractual employees who are not moonlighting. Even again, right? Couple of years we interchanged moonlighting with contractual employees also, right? Contractual है तो moonlighting ही होगा. So that is also changing. We are hiring people who are full-time resources. They are on contract, but they are not doing any other job. So we are making sure, right? So again, this is changing for good. I think the industry has understood this. Every IT domain, I think, has understood this. This is being highly, it's not a good practice anymore in the industry. Discouraged.
I mean, when it was that prevalent, it was benefiting most of the time. In few cases, now it is a shift also, so it is also again benefiting if it is not acceptable.
When demand was less, there was no option for people to do it, right? That is when it's necessity, right? And now the demand is again in the market. Supply has been there in the market for recently has been, right? So it become easier for people to hire. So I think that moonlighting is shifting. It's diminishing. It's not working in a way which
it still exists.
Yes, it will exist, right? For a small, but if you get something in the system like moonlighting, if you can get a person that whose package is 40-50 lakh, he can get 3 to 4 hours in a day and work for you or some other company. He will do a better job from for a package of 15 or 20 lakh, right?
Obviously,
right? So that would always be prevalent, right? But it would not. So it would not be a major practice, right? It would be a minor practice. It would only take 2 to 3% of the whole IT working sector rather than 40 or 50, right? So with time, it will not be a question or a term that we'll discuss.
Okay.
In future, right? So that is, I think, how it would